Hello YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? For this video, I'm not going to have too much of an outline, but I know what I wanted to talk about already. Um, so I mentioned a while back that there are a lot of books I read when I was younger, more like we're talking about uh, ages of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old when I was a little guy. Middle of their summers. Basically, a lot of books that had to do with color and childhood memories, free associations. Um, Eric Carle and Tana Hoban. I mentioned that a while back in one of my first videos that I still remember a lot of those books and the kind of impact they had on me, along with Dr. Seuss and everything like that. So Richard Scarry. So I'm going to try to talk a little bit more about some of these things and how they've kind of affected me. Some of it might seem very easy to understand. Some of it may be a little bit less easy, but just again, I'm going to try my best to explain some of the stuff. So it's true I have a more sensitive kind of personality, and when I was younger, I was profound, as extremely so. I mean, everything around me was. I was curious about everything. I would always ask my parents questions all the time. I was always thinking about things. I was always, but every spare moment I could have, I was either doing something creative, or I was reading, or I was drawing, or I was, that was when I was younger, especially, and I'm kind of the same today. Just perhaps, life is hard for all of us, and so I definitely have retained those qualities. I think it's just that you know more as an adult, and there's still a curiosity I have for a lot of things, and a deep love for a lot of things. But yeah. Anyway, so I've managed to retain a lot of the things that caused me to be very curious about the world when I was younger, which I kind of really hold on to, because believe me, there are a lot of things about life that could have driven that away. So I managed to hold on to some of those things, and I value those, holding on to my childhood very high. It's very. There's very few subjects that are more important than that to me, but it's very, very important to me. So anyway, when I would read when I was a little guy, I was 3 or 4 years old, and I'd read a book about, whether it was about color specifically, or it was kind of inadvertently about insects, but also added color, fruit, or whatever. Because of how amazing some of these books really truly were, I was picturing, being in a paper mache or Eric Carle art style forest. I was actually there, and it actually, like, somehow affected my smell. I was smelling forest. I was, smelling the strawberries, eating. It was interesting how vivid the colors were and the shapes and everything. This train of thought is hard to really narrow down, but it's in Tana Hoban's books, for instance, it's kind of a little bit associated with the photography, with the lighting. I remember feeling with some pictures kind of a real sense of peace and joy and that sort of thing, even in like a rainy kind of urban environment. I liked some of those neighborhoods that she'd take pictures of, and I think it was around Northeast. And other pictures seemed a little bit, for some reason, I've had this kind of, when I was younger, I think the idea of a circus tent or a brightly colored tent of some kind had a little bit of what's the word, anxiety of a sort, that was somewhat associated with the clown thing. In all honesty, if I was ever afraid of clowns, scary clowns. I would have just called them clowns. It would have probably passed around. I would have probably been okay with clowns after the age of 8 or so, 7 or 8. And if anything, I was just, a little bit again anxious. But we're not talking about evil clowns. We're just talking about the brightness of the colors and the whole carnival atmosphere. I guess you'd say it was a little jarring. But so some certain color combinations reminded me of kind of loud noises and that sort of thing, and some unexpected kinds of things. And so, anyway, a few more things about this particular video, about again my own psyche, my own. This is more about my own childhood a little bit more than anything. It's true. I mean, for me, very bright colors or very vivid colors. When I was, say, my mom was shopping for groceries, and I was with her when I was only 1 or 2. Well, we'll say 2, 3, but more ballpark of how old I was. And I was with her, and I noticed candy, or I noticed very sweet kinds of things. I often wanted those things, and she generally said no, and I was a little bit disappointed. But color and food for me have been there's very strong connection there. Color, smell, and food. So for me, I mean, if I see like red colors, I think of berries or cherries, that sort of thing, very readily. And purple grapes, that sort of thing. It's almost second nature. And some of the other colors, there's a wider variety of things that I might think of food related. But and of course, blueberries. But for me, blue is it's a non. Of course, it's like a lot of people. It's kind of a non-food color, other than blueberries or blue corn. So I have tried to find the blue food. By the way, just like everyone else, I tried to find the truly blue food. I know that blueberries are sometimes either considered green, or huckleberries are purple, blueberry juice is purple or something. It's never quite truly blue. Blue corn is purple. So, yeah, I mean, maybe blue is just kind of a very unappetizing color. It's just not in nature very much. At least it's only there flowers and that sort of thing. So, anyway, again, I will try to keep this video shorter. And you guys take care. Bye.